bonus episode.
Hey man, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was literally about to say that. And I'm gonna edit whatever the hell I was gonna say out. But we got a bonus episode. Bonus 151, bonus 151.5, whatever you want to call it. A bonus episode for the people who was like, damn, I really can't wait 2 weeks to hear these motherfuckers talk again. But you know what? We're still gonna keep it Demon Slayer because we're still in that mood. But make sure you guys start binging Naruto Shippuden, Pains of Soul arc. We're talking about that. We'll be talking about that in the next main episode. So episode 152, we'll be talking about that. But until then, we still got to talk about Demon Slayer. And I want to put this exercise in because I feel like this exercise is really going to show us whether we truly do fuck with the show or not. We did it for Jujutsu Kaisen. I feel like I stand by whatever I'm ranking for Jujutsu Kaisen. I may even stand more on it considering all of the manga happenings and lack thereof. But Demon Slayer arc rankings, tier rankings rather. Let's figure out how much we actually love this show. Let's figure out, how we're gonna do this and if this show is really like as good as we think it is. So here's what I'm gonna do. I got this Excel spreadsheet. First of all, I'm gonna put another row up here. Where am I going? We're going to put another row up here. Row above, I'm going to put Meelz and Jamal. So we're not going to do one join. We're going to do two separate ones. So.
Cute.
So we're going to get into these tier rankings for Demon Slayer Kimetsu No Yaiba. And we're going to start off with the final selection arc. First 5 episodes of the show. First 9 chapters of this series. This arc takes place, of course, it's the beginning of everything. It's the beginning of Tanjiro finds his family kidnapped, or killed. Nezuko comes in, he trains with the Warrior Hashira of the past, and joining the final selection, ends up passing the final selection and becomes a Demon Slayer. What are you giving this arc?
This is an A rank.
I'm going to agree with you.
I think that when we're talking about openings for shows, and we're talking like the beginning of a series, this captivates you and draws you in so crazy.
Yeah, literally the first episode, finding out his whole family is being killed, is pretty. I'm like, wow, start off with a bang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like for real.
This is how you start an anime. So it's a pretty good start, to be honest with you. I agree. Even the little past thing with the previous students of Homeboy who are dead, and we never really see them again anyway. But they still lore. We get to meet everybody who passed the final selection, and we get to see those kind of faces. So we see them from the beginning. Eventually, we're going to see where they end up. All in all, a really good arc. So I'll say that. The next arc is the Kidnapper's Bog arc. This is the one with the swamp demons. It's 2 episodes in the anime, 3 episodes in the manga. Swamp demons, they take Tanjiro underwater, and he has to use all his cool new water techniques that he uses to kill them. And he also goes back to back like the cover of Lethal Weapon with Nezuko in this arc.
Don't we get introduced to Muzan first time too?
Not yet.
Not in this one?
Nope.
Oh. See.
Oh, actually you do. Yeah, sorry. I'm bugging. We do get introduced.
Is that when he runs it? Does that when he runs into him in the town, right? And he turns the guy into a demon.
Yeah, it happens in the second half of the episode. I forgot completely. Actually, I don't know. This isn't really. It's split. So we're introduced to Muzan in this arc, but the episode that really happens is in the next arc. So it's kind of split. We're introduced to Muzan at the end of the episode, but then the shit that he does to the guy is in the next episode.
see, and like not to be like because it was bad or anything. It was just like you introduce the villain, you kind of see them use their powers for the first time. Like it's cool, it is what it is, and you push it and you keep moving forward.
I'm gonna also give this a C. I really hope you don't end up doing the same thing for all of them, but it looks like that's what's gonna happen. The next one is the Asakusa arc. Yes, Asakusa arc. This is the one with the Tamari demon. This is the one where we see the second half of the Muzan thing, where he plugs his blood into those kids, those drunk kids, and then ends up destroying them and turning them into thing. But ultimately, it's the Tamari and Arrow demon, and then also we get introduced to Lady Tamayo and the annoying horny kid.
Yeah, I'm giving it a B arc.
We're here again. I would
We're giving it a B.
I thought the Tamari demon and Arrow demon thing was like amazing choreography for a fight, and like a very original concept of like one demon has these like balls of death, and then the other demon has this arrow thing that can point him in any direction. I'm surprised they haven't done it in fucking My Hero Academia yet.
Yeah, that's definitely a My Hero quirk tandem thing. But yeah, I think that just like once again, I feel that this is like the first real test you see like Nezuko and Tanjiro go through. I mean, obviously you have the amazing moment of Nezuko kicking the ball back, even though like it destroys her leg and her leg regenerates, and you know that great moment. I think though the big part here is that I think this is the first time we really see how menacing like Muzan is.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, I'm gonna stick my finger in your forehead. And
that was pretty sick, yeah.
And yeah, I think that was like the first time we see that, and I'm like, okay, like this guy's the real deal.
And then I also think learning a little bit more of the backstory about kind of how things are going through Tamayo and what's my man's name? He becomes important later in the series, so I don't want to necessarily completely shut him down. Yushiro. So I would say B is very accurate. I really did enjoy the Asukasa arc. The next one is the Suzumi Mansion arc. This one has a couple fights within it, but its main claim to fame is that we're introduced to Zenitsu and Inosuke. So we see them in this mansion where these kids are trapped in and stuff. And then you have the drum demon who's like transporting how they're flipping the rooms upside down. And then you have this other demon who I forgot. He's like read poems and was not well liked by people and stuff like that. But more importantly, I mean, introduction of Inosuke and Zenitsu.
Yeah, and I think two very complimenting characters for
Tanjiro's.
Yeah, for Tanjiro and Nezuko. I think they just make a really great group. Obviously, it's the tropes. You got the calm and nice one. You got the scaredy cat one who's like secretly also really powerful, and then you got like the wildish, out of control one.
I put my grade in already. I want to see if you're gonna match his grades. I already put my
we probably are gonna match. This is the Suzumi Mansion arc.
Yes.
I'm being it.
I put it as a C.
I'm not mad at that though.
I like the arc, but I didn't like it that much. And then also I don't really like Zenitsu that much either. But
I fuck with Zenitsu, man.
He's very loud and annoying.
Oh man, listen, bro.
I like his technique.
If you meet him begging for it.
I agree. I like his technique. But again, this is like another mission where I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I like a great originality in terms of the demons and like the powers they possess and all the other stuff like that. But also, it's cool seeing them interact with one another, but I feel like we get the better of their interactions have yet to come. The next one is the Mount Naragumo arc, the Spider Family arc. This takes up a large chunk of season 1. I don't have to tell you how important this fucking arc is. Like,
Yeah.
it is where I guess this entire kind of like arc builds up, or at least the season kind of like builds up. I'm giving this an A. Actually, I kind of want to get. I don't want to give it an S. Well, I don't know. I kind of do want to give it an S.
I like. So I'm in that same boat with you. I want to give it an S so bad because this is the moment where I feel Demon Slayer made its name.
Yeah.
Like, this is the arc where it was just like, yo, have you watched Demon Slayer? And niggas are like, yeah, I watched Demon Slayer because have you seen episode 19? That shit is amazing.
This was the arc that I was told to watch the show on. Like, for real. Like, you gotta watch this because some shit just happened. I kind of want to give it an S arc. I'm trying to remember the most of it. To be honest with you, I like this arc. Actually, I like it better than a couple of other arcs in the show. That episode 19, though, is a game changer. That, like, changed. That broke the internet. I kind of want to give it an S. I'm going to give it an S.
I gotta agree with you. It's just off the moment alone, it's a S tier.
I'm gonna give it an S. Someone's gonna be like, an ass? What the fuck is that? This shit was an ass.
Someone's gonna argue that, but you can't. Once again, though, you can't deny. Like, literally, it was trending like worldwide when when episode 19 dropped. Like, trending.
This was the arc where I was like, what's the studio who made this? You foldable. Ufotable, nigga. What the fuck is a ufotable? It's Ufotable. But I was in my brain back then. I was like, Ufotable.
Ufotable was hilarious.
Black. The next arc is the rehabilitation training arc. It's the arc where you meet all the things and the girl and the mission and stuff. Yeah, this arc doesn't. I don't have any negative things, so I will also go with C. Wow, we're kind of all right. Whatever. We got the same thing, so you might as well. We might have to consolidate this to one list at this point. Mugen Train. The Mugen Train arc, the movie, the event.
S it. You gotta stamp it. That's a S. It's a S tier arc.
I'm giving this a B.
Whoa, buddy! That's crazy.
I feel like this arc is made by
never mind. A it for me. A it for me. Not S it. A it for me.
This arc is pretty much delivered, but the first part of it, the train part, to me is the most boring part of this show. Like, up to now, to me, I thought even the I think it's not even Upper Moon 6, it's still like Lower Moon like 7 or some shit like that. Or is it Upper Moon 6? I forget. No, it's not Upper Moon. They're not doing Upper Moons yet. This is the last Lower Moon. But I thought it was until Akaza shows up, I thought this arc was trash. Like, I was like, this is kind of long. And I remember seeing the leak and watching this and we were like, this is kind of long. And then we got the Akaza part. And that's where it kind of, without Akaza or Rengoku, to me, this arc would be like a D. This would be the lowest arc in the show. I'm A'ing it.
I know originally I said S. I'm A'ing it. I think that this was a pretty big turning point for them. Obviously, when they're like, hey, we're turning our whole second season into a movie. It's like, hey, ballsy move there. We're gonna turn our whole important argument.
That's cool. Why don't more animes do this? Is what?
Yeah, no, I really do. That was a ballsy move, which absolutely paid off dividends because, I mean, I think probably is it the highest grossing anime movie ever, right?
Yeah, pretty much is. This was one of the highest grossing movies in Japan ever. To be honest with you, like. It is what it is. But to be honest with you, I feel like you can't even remember the villain in the fucking first part. Like, who is this? It's the train.
Yeah, Demon Slayer, the movie, 500 mil?
Yeah, worldwide. Yeah,
Worldwide,
different,
that's crazy. That's
different.
great.
Voice actors getting paid $150 to do this. I feel so
Yeah.
bad for him. The creator of Demon Slayer getting paid $200 to sell all this shit, man. What a world.
Now I do agree that I think the first villain, although not memorable, I think that just the story itself, although the villain may have not had carried up like the villain way as it should have, like going through the moments of them falling asleep, them having to like fight their dreams, and all three of them
Only one
having
of
like
these
different...
only one of these dreams mattered. Let's keep it real.
Okay, man, still, like they're going through these things. It's like their first time partnering with Ashira. Rengoku's backstory, like, him, like Tanjiro talking to him about the flame dance, and I think there's just like a lot of more. I think in comparison to other arcs, we learn a lot more in this arc than anything else. And then obviously tying it all up at the end, I think that final fight carries it so much. Against Akaza and Rengoku, and Rengoku's death, I think I gotta A tier it for myself. Also, disclaimer: I am a Demon Slayer like stan, so
Okay,
I see it through a stan lens.
Okay, sure. Entertainment District arc.
Oh, S tier for sure. That's an S tier.
You're
A tiering it.
I might A tier it. I love this arc. This is my favorite arc of the show.
Easily.
Actually, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Do I want to S tier this?
Yes, okay. You gotta S tier it. You gotta S tier it.
So,
it's like
funny villain, great fight, great fake out. You know what? I'm S tiering it because I remember
someone loses an arm.
Yeah, I remember the visual of it last year, and I thought it kind of like it was very much cinematically done incredibly well. Like very, very well. So, you know what? I'm S tiering it because it's really, really good. Swordsmith Village arc.
B.
I might see this one. Actually, I don't know the end. I'm still gonna see it. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. The ending is pretty right. The ending is pretty good, but yeah, I don't know.
To agree with you.
Ending is pretty good though. Like the end of it is like, oh, this is.
I feel that does the ending? Is the ending good enough?
No.
To. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Is the ending good enough to kind of take away from the weird pacing of the rest of the series, of the season?
Nah.
That's how I feel. I don't want to C tier though. C tiering
feels I don't know.
Like
it's still
C tiering feels like such a gut punch, but then I feel like B tiering. I feel like I got like 1,000 B tiers in right now, and I'm like,
it's okay. It might be a B show. Don't let it hit you. I'm gonna stick with B. I love Tokido. He's one of my favorite Hashiras. I will. You know what? I think that final missed attack was hard. When he's like, the mirages are popping up. I'm going to give this a B because I don't want to put it on the same level as the rehabilitation training arc. Because I gave that a C, and that one is pretty boring. Yeah, we both gave 2 C's, right? Kidnapper and rehabilitation. Hashira training arc. You know what? I might have to C tier the mansion arc. That's a backpedal. That's a mean backpedal, but I might have to C tier it. Not like really thinking about all the other arcs that we were getting. I'm C tiering it. Switch my sure? Because this is the one where that's where they meet everybody. Okay, all right, C tier. The sheer training arc. I'm giving. So there's some good development for Giyu, but other than that, I can do without everything else. I can literally. The fact that I understand why they put a training arc here, but they're still not like I don't think they know what's actually coming. You know what I'm saying? Muzan doesn't go off and say like, yo, you got 15 days to do this, and they're just training incessantly for this. Like, they're literally training to train and have fun and doing all types of stuff with different Hashiras.
It's lighthearted. It's, you know, yeah, you learn a little bit.
I ain't come for no fucking lighthearted.
I'll see tier it.
I knew you would. I put it in for you.
I'll see tier it. Once again, I don't want to. I don't want the C tier to feel bad. I just feel C tier to me. It just means average. Like, it's okay. Like, there's nothing really bad about it, but there's nothing really like, oh my god, like nothing like really pops out. Like, there's no real moment in there where I'm just like, yo, this is like.
I may give it a D.
Now that's wicked.
Because I feel like it contributes. No, I don't want to say it contributes nothing. Let me look back at this arc. I don't want to say it contributes nothing, because then the anime is going to come out and it's going to be like, whoa, this was actually pretty cool. But
yeah, we're finally getting into the first parts of things not being.
I mean, it's the end again. The ending. Listen, the end where Muzan shows up, he pulls up to the fucking thing, and it's like, yo, what's good in the hood? It's pretty awesome, but not enough that it comes all afterwards. Anyway, we're about to get into some real shit. So we got the last two arcs already. Infinity Castle arc.
That was. There's so much going on in that, and there's so many great fights and battles, and there's so many, like, you see people teaming up, and you see people doing a bunch of stuff. Like,
I'm giving it an S. And here's why.
Ooh, an S?
An S. A lot of great valiant deaths in this.
No, for real. A lot of people die.
I remember reading this and was just like, oh wow, she dies. Oh wow, he dies. Oh wow. Like, this is like, if you're into like the battle anime, this is the one for you. I think Infinity Castle arc, the urgency of it, the assault, the people dying with real actual stakes happening. There's a lot going on. All the incredible fucking other things, the other oh my god, the other upper moons that are part of this, and then the Hashiras that are part of this. Like, I think it's really good. I'm giving it an S.
Yeah,
3 S's. Wow. Oh my god.
You got 3? Yeah, I'm giving it an A. Okay. It's really good. It's amazing. I really don't have much bad things to say about it. Like you said, a lot of people die. I think it's A. I think it's, you know, obviously it's the final battles and whatnot. I think it's because we haven't seen it animated yet.
Yeah.
I think that's the hard part about this. I think
it's gonna be fire. That's what I know.
It's gonna be so crazy. Like, I'm like, no, I'm gonna stick with A. I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna say A.
Okay. And then we have the final arc of this, the Sunrise Countdown arc. It's the final battle with Tanjiro and everybody else who's still left alive, and Muzan, and everyone is giving it their all, and they're giving it their all, and the sun is starting to come up, and Nezuko begins to turn back into a human, and at some point a bus is pushed on Muzan, who turns into a giant baby trying to escape, and he tries to burrow under the ground to try to escape. And then at the end, they do the little fake out ending thing where Tanjiro then turns into a demon, and now he becomes a demon lord, and then power of friendship turns him back into a human, and he loses his arm.
A. No, not A, B.
B. You didn't like the ending.
I like the ending, even though it was just a lot of like hack and slash.
I remember when we were reading it, you were upset about the thing of like oh, Lady Tamayo's poison from like 40 chapters ago, and speeding up the aging of him, and you thought that was like a.
It was like it was whack. Like that was so. I feel that moves on.
You gave it an A or a B, by the way.
I give it a B.
Okay. I'm giving it an A. I like this arc.
I like it. I just think the way he gets defeated feels so like.
I feel like in normal circumstances, right? As a villain, let's talk about villain thing. Usually, if you put something out into the universe, like, oh, I gotta eat Nezuko so I can overcome the sun. 9 out of 10 times, you're getting close to Nezuko and you're gonna eat them. Like, the threat of Nezuko is there. With this arc, he's never even close to Nezuko.
Yeah, he's like, he doesn't even get close to her.
But it's a good, like, yeah, it's a lot of slashing. Like, you have to really suspend, like, Tanjiro's whole face is fucked up. Like, he just loses, his eyes, like, bulbasating, and, like, it's a lot to deal with. Like, you have to suspend a lot of disbelief. And he has to connect all the flame forms together, and there are 13, and, like, at some point, he has to hit all 13 of them.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's a lot of hack and slash. It's a lot of like, it's a couple ass pulls there. I can give it a B, man. And once again, it's not that there's a couple things in there that made me just like, but it's not bad. But there's definitely a couple things in there. I was just like, all right, bro, it could have been better for me. Don't ask me how, but it could have been better.
No, I see it. Okay, that was it. That was nice. It was harmful, painless. Okay, so what you did, you gave 2 S tiers. I have 3 S tiers. You have 1, 2, 3 A tiers. I have 1 and 2 A tiers, and then I have a bunch of B's and C's, and you have a couple B's and C's as well. So I think if I had to average this out, which I'm not going to right now, I feel like mine would average out to like. I feel like mine would average out to a B. And I feel like yours would average out to probably a B too, to be honest. Like maybe like a high B.
Yeah, a B plus, A minus. They probably just scratched the surface of like 91.
B plus series.
Definitely a B plus series. A personal favorite, but I can be honest and say it's a B plus series.
I agree. All right. Well, listen, this was a fun bonus episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. And yeah, we'll be back next week. Naruto Shippuden, Pain of Salt arc. Thank you guys, and yeah, follow the lookout. Stay on the lookout. Peace.